blockers. Okay, H2 blocker receptor blockers, we have cimetidine, ranitidine, famotidine, all these group of drugs, nizatidine, roxetidine, all these group of drugs. Then we have proton pump inhibitors. Okay, the proton pump inhibitors are omeprazole, pantoprazole, rabeprazole, and newer one elaprazole. All these things are there. So the anticholinergic group of drugs, which I have already learned in your previous classes. Okay, these are the primitive type of anti-acidic drugs. Okay, here we have the anticholinergic drugs such as propanthyline and oxyphenonium, pyrenzapine and tilenzapine. Prostaglandin analogs. The prostaglandin are the one which forms the protective covering. Okay, the prostaglandin are the one which forms the protective covering. Okay, that is misoprostol and enprostril. Mucosal protectives, we have sucralfate, colloidal bismuth subcitrate, ranitidine bismuth citrate. Also healing drugs, we have carbenoxolone. Anti-H. pylori regimens, we have 3-drug combination, 4-drug combination. We will be learning it in our later classes. Okay, we have amoxicillin, clarithromycin, tetracycline, metronidazole, ranitidine bismuth citrate. Have you heard about the Pavlov's experiment? Yes? So, everyone's mouth is watering? No? We'll wait for everyone. Okay, so as soon as we see some of the food items which we like, okay, what can happen? There can be reflux gastric acid secretion from the oral paste. Okay, if you are chewing something, for example, a chewing gum, then also there will be reflux gastric acid secretion, and this is most commonly mediated by the vagus. Okay, we will learn the vagus now. So now the secretion has started in the mouth and how it will go about in the stomach. Okay, so here you can see, okay, we have the vagus preganglionic nerves. Okay, so here also we have this vagus which is acting. Okay, something is coming inside the mouth, you be ready to churn it out. Okay, you be ready to digest it out. Okay, that's the phase we are speaking about now. Okay, once it is stimulated, what can happen? Here we have a system which is working for us. Okay, that is, you can see the blue lines. Okay, the blue lines are the vagus nerves. Okay, what all it can stimulate? Okay, once acetylcholine is released, it can activate this enterochromatin-like cells. Okay, so these are the enterochromatin-like cells, and here you are seeing the gastric parietal cells. Okay, so here you have the gastrin, and one more inhibitory. Here you have the somatostatin. Okay, somatostatin is the inhibitory one which is inhibiting here, but the gastrin is the one which is activated here. You can see a plus mark here, that is what is activating. Okay, so that can act. Once that is activated, it can go along the blood vessels and also stimulate the histamine release. Okay, so we have histamine here, we have gastrin here, and we have the parietal cells here. Okay, so what are the stimulants we are having now? Okay, one, the green ones which are coming from here, that is the gastrin, and another one, by stimulation of the enterochromatin-like cells by the gastrin, we have this release of histamine. Okay, histamine, gastrin, and one more stimulant here what we have seen is the acetylcholine. Okay, so we have the stimulus from the acetylcholine, from which we have the gastrin release. Once gastrin is released, it can come and act on this enterochromatin-like cells and can release the histamine. Okay, histamine is the prime stimulator for our gastric acid secretion. Okay, so once this histamine is activated, it can go and activate the cyclic AMP levels. Okay, remember, histamine can go and activate the cyclic AMP levels. and the other two sides what you are seeing, the gastrin, okay, what it can do, it can histamine and gastrin, they can increase the intracellular calcium levels, okay.